All right, everybody. Welcome back for another one. And I wanted to start this video off taking a look at what I've been up to the past 2 months, essentially, at this point, because I've been kind of rogue, right? Just out there. I've had a lot of people hitting me up saying, when's the next video coming? Why are you stopping the content? Well, I'm not necessarily, right? So, first and foremost, I was taking this test, and it's not an easy test at all. All right, it's the Chartered Market Technician, and it's essentially the study of technical analysis. I see so many people out here throwing all these different TA ideas, and I've noticed at this point, since I'm studying, a lot of them are not doing it by the actual fundamentals. They don't even really know what they're talking about. They're probably just repeating stuff that they saw on the internet or stuff that they might have read somewhere. But to me, I think that you have to learn from the best, right? So the CMT program reviews technical analysis back to the 1800s, right? It covers essentially how it all started, a lot more than just a few price patterns and some fib levels and Elliott wave theory, all right? It talks about cycles, all kinds of different stuff. So, but anyway, long story short, this is what I was studying for. It was hard. I don't even know if I passed the test yet. I'll find out within the next 6 weeks, I think they said. So it's essentially a percentile-based scoring system. So they review your test compared to everyone else who took it, right? So if you're in the top ever 70 percentile, I think, then you pass. If not, you fail. So we'll see. I'll let you know. All right, moving on. Another reason why I've been a little hesitant with these videos lately, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the SEC is now bringing charges against YouTubers. So long story short, they sued a lot of people who were shilling BitConnect, essentially, which was a known Ponzi scheme and scam. But, coming over to review it, it was essentially a high yield investment program where you would lend your Bitcoin so that you could earn interest, right? Well, as I've mentioned before, that sounds a lot like DeFi, right? So I'm not saying all DeFi is a scam, but if you're looking at the DeFi and it's telling you something like 50,000% annually, and all you got to do is lock your crypto in, might want to stay away from those. And also, a lot of these YouTubers probably shouldn't be talking about stuff. So I've decided that if, I'm going to continue doing this stuff, I need to be very cautious with what I say on here, because I don't want to end up like this. I don't even have time for that, all right? A lawsuit, and I'm not Ripple, so I can't go over there and just pay my $25 million fine and move on. So just being a little cautious now. Also, I was at the Florida Bitcoin and Blockchain Summit. It was the first one of its kind here in Florida, and essentially, I thought it was pretty interesting. That, to my understanding, they threw it together in 5 weeks. So I thought it was really impressive for such a short notice to be able to put that together. So I met a lot of cool people. If you were there and I spoke with you and we didn't exchange contact information, my email is in the description below. Also, I'll put the link to the Discord so you can join that as well if you want to chat with me on a personal basis. So definitely get back at me. All right. Moving on to the charts. One thing I wanted to point out for everyone. So I'm cautiously optimistic about the current conditions in the market. I'm thinking that we might be headed up. All right. Might be more of a slow creep than just an explosion, though. But anyway, so Riot Blockchain, I've talked about this before. It always, for some reason, seems to lead Bitcoin up or down. Right now, as you can see here, it made its first move down April 14th. All right, we'll come over to Bitcoin. It didn't start dumping really until about April 17th. I would say that was its first move. All right, and then Riot's second move down really came in about May 3rd. All right, and then coming over to Bitcoin, its second move down came May 12th. Right. See here, Bitcoin put its bottom in on May 19th, and Riot put its bottom in on May 13th. Talking about this because, as you can see, it's moving up again. Right, it's getting above all of its moving averages as well. Had a nice little breakaway gap here, which is typically bullish for the start of a new trend. But anyway, I just think that Riot continues to lead Bitcoin up or down, like I said. And if you go ahead and review price history, it has always done it. And for those of you saying, well, what is Riot? Riot is a Bitcoin mining company, one of the largest in North America, and they have about 2% of the entire Bitcoin hash rate. So they are a pretty big mining farm at this point. So it's important to continue to pay attention to this. And so far, it looks bullish. All right. Another thing I wanted to point out. So I've been talking to people in my Discord. Another reason I thought the bottom was in because, well, top chart is Bitcoin bottom put in 2018. And as you can see down here, XRP is following about the same bar pattern as well. And typically, textbook speaking, this is called a bump and run bottom. All right. So see a lot of people like patterns don't matter. Well, I see patterns all the time in crypto specifically. I don't know if it's because the algorithm picks up on them. You use trading bots and everything that are getting designed, built up, whatever. I think that might play a part. So, but anyway, here's a pattern. It looks good. It's happening on almost every major altcoin compared to Bitcoin. Here's Ethereum as well. So as you can see, pretty identical, right? So if this continues on, we would see us starting to really get back to previous price levels by early July, right? So hopefully that happens. Another thing that's a possible scenario, I was looking at the XRP price chart, and you can see here the bottoms put in from the SEC lawsuit information dump compared to right now are almost the same as well. Well, back then, as you can see, XRP just blasted out of here and just took off. So it got back to previous price levels pretty quick. So maybe this doesn't drag on as long as I'm thinking. Maybe we just pop right out of here anytime soon. Both scenarios are on the table. Like I said, cautiously optimistic and bullish on the market. But, if you've been in my Discord, I've been really in and out right now, just trying to figure out where I want to be positioned. Right now, I'm about 25% cash. I have gotten back into the market for the most part, but waiting for if there is some other kind of dump. I'm not trying to just lose all the gains that I've ever had. All right. I've made enough at this point that I'm starting to get more on the conservative side, which is fine. Everyone should analyze their own situation and do what you need to do. All right. People keep asking me, what should they do? I don't know. I don't know where you're at in life. I don't know what you've made, what your goals are, or anything like that. All right. So if you want like actual personal individual advice, look, find a financial advisor in your area, or something like that. All right. Another thing. So I've seen a lot of people talking about this Global Future Council on cryptocurrencies lately on Twitter. Once again, brought to you by the one and only World Economic Forum. So I'm not going to deep dive it. Digital Asset Investor talked about it today, but ultimately these are like all the people that are working on the future of crypto with the people who run the show. So few people to point out that are on here. One, Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple. So do you think that he's just here because he just so happens to work at a little startup in California that's getting sued and then XRP is going to zero? Or do you think it's more likely that there is more to the grand scheme behind the scenes? Maybe option 2. And also, this lady, Galia Benartzi, yes, that's how you say it. So, she was a venture partner at Peter Thiel's founder fund. All right. This is all stuff Digital Asset Investor pointed out as well, but I'm not sure everyone watches him, right? I wanted to cover very important things that are here, right? So you got Brad Garlinghouse, you have this lady who worked with Peter Thiel at the Founders Fund, and then also important thing to note here. So big name investors back effort to build a better Bitcoin on April 11th of 2013. So this little thing called OpenCoin turned into XRP, and it was invested in by Peter Thiel's Founders Fund as well. So Peter Thiel creates PayPal with Elon Musk, also invests in Ripple. And obviously PayPal adds crypto, but they don't add XRP. something's going on there, right? A few things to think about. And then also in reference to this document just came out this year, right? Cryptocurrencies, a guide to getting started. Global Future Council on Crypto, the same people we just looked at, wrote this paper. Well, ultimately, all the crypto community went through and looked in here, and it turns out that they gave us a shopping list, didn't they? I don't know why people keep overthinking stuff, right? Why do you chase these Dogecoins and Shibas and this and that whenever it's all right in front of us, right? Unless you're trying to get rich tomorrow, are you an investor or are you playing a slot machine? Right? That's what you need to decide on, right? You can just as easily lose it all, or you can just slow and steady dollar cost average into stuff that has long-term potential that is sitting here on the world stage, right? And you got your Algorand, Cardano, Celo, XRP, Ledger, Solana, and Stellar, right? Briefly to cover it, Algorand, XRP, and Stellar, along with Hedera Hashgraph, are my largest holdings right now, and stay that way for the longest time. Just getting tired of bouncing in and out of stuff that I don't have any conviction on as to why I'm holding it either. So yep, I actually added a lot of Algorand, and I'm happy to do that. I've seen a lot with him lately, including at the summit I just mentioned. There were so many people there that talked about Algorand. To be honest, it was probably the most popular crypto I talked about with little chat groups. So, yep. Just saying, guys, if you want to make money investing long term, you should probably do it with things that might be around 10 years now, right? Another thing to point out, let's take a look at this video.
Vaccine passports are coming. Someday soon, you may need to prove your COVID status to go to the pub, travel abroad, or even go to work. Governments hope these passes could be key to kickstarting the economy and restoring basic freedoms. But COVID-19 feels like a distant memory. The reason? The Green Pass, an app that lets you prove you've had the jab. And if you've had both jabs, the Green Pass opens doors, giving you access to restaurants, hotels, and gyms.
So I just found that clip very interesting because it's brought to you by The Economist magazine. Again, well, those are the same people that told you in a magazine in 1988 that we need to get ready for a world currency from 1988. Right? Clearly, they got the cash burning down there on the bottom, a symbol in the middle that represents Saturn, I would say, something like that. Well, the Stellar logo is also Saturn, along with Cosmos. Just a little bit too obvious to be a coincidence. Sorry, if you call me a conspiracy theorist, that's fine. I don't care. It's right in front of our face. Also, another interesting thing about this video, as I mentioned, World Economic Forum, right? Well, one of the crypto projects that they are partnered with on there is Elastos. And what are they trying to do? Recreate the internet. Create a network operating system that also has digital identity. So every single access point to get on this new internet has their digital ID to get in. Right? That kind of sound like a passport here? Maybe a little. Maybe it was never about the vaccine, more so conditioning people how to use this new technology. Right? So what's in this video right here? A QR code that you scan. What do you scan whenever you go to the restaurants now? A QR code, because you got to get the digital menu, right? So is it a vaccine or is it conditioning for the future of the world? Up to you to decide, all right? That should do it for today. Hope that was informative. As always, please like and subscribe, share with your friends and family, and stay tuned for the next one.
Society.